Did the whole world just go to hell before Jesus was born? How did anybody make it into heaven? Before the Christians came and raped, murdered, and pillaged their whole culture. Spoiler alert, those weren't Christians. Oh, now he's gonna gaslight us. Look, how do we know those weren't Christians? Because by their fruits you will know them, and the fruits are not rape, murder, and pillage. That's Mystery Babylon activity. She's got a cup, it's full of blood of all the slain of the earth. What, were they imposters? He said they'd do exactly that. Now, if you don't hate me for what I just said, you're probably gonna, after I say this next part. People think that hearing the gospel from a human mouth is the only possible way, not knowing that there's a universal language that God speaks in. They think that hearing the name Jesus and the phonetics of pronouncing the word is all important to the story. So much so that there's whole movements arguing about the correct phonetics and pronunciation of the word, as if God himself didn't confuse the languages at Babel. This is called carnal-mindedness. You're thinking in the physical, not the spiritual at all. Now, his name means something specific, and that's what's all important. In the Old Testament, he revealed the first part of it to Moses, under that old covenant, in a previous age. He said, tell the people, I am that I am. And then he showed them what he was, salvation. And then he revealed his full name, I am, what are you, God? Salvation. Himself. The way, himself. The truth, himself. The light, manifest in the flesh. And through his earthly vessel, the form of a servant, he took upon himself to be made in the likeness of men, revealed his name to be I am salvation, or if you like it, I am Savior. He is the one who saves. For those who will hear his word and do it, for those who will not, he is the one who destroys. And that is why it is written, don't fear those who can kill the body and afterwards do no more. Fear he who is able to destroy both body and soul in hell. Well, why would a loving God send his children to hell? Those aren't his children. His son went voluntarily, and I mean the soul of his flesh. And when he says Father, he means Spirit. God is a Spirit who manifests in the flesh. The first, the Father, and the last, the Son. The Alpha, the Ancient of Days, and the Omega, the Son of Man. His name is I am salvation, in every language. Even in that universal language he speaks. Men like to act like it's a great mystery so that they can't know, so they can continue doing what they want. They'll have none of wisdom or understanding. They'll deny knowledge while it stares them right in the face, because their deeds are evil. The gospel of Jesus Christ is preached in a universal language the world over every single day, every 28 days, every year, every 70 years, in the sight of all men, in the sight of all things. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament, the expanse, space, shows his handiwork. Day unto day they utter speech, and night unto night they show knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line has gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them he has set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoices as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making the simple wise. And God has given to every man a conscience. Jesus said, whosoever shall do the will of God, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. And it is the will of God to believe on his only Son whom he sent. He's not going to manifest in the flesh again. It is to believe that he died on the cross for the sins of the whole world, God taking responsibility fully upon himself. Went to hell on purpose for 3 days to preach the gospel to spirits who were disobedient in the days of Noah. Rose from the dead and ascended his flesh into heaven to be an advocate for you and I. I ain't suggesting for a moment that pagans go to heaven believe in paganism. I'm suggesting people go to heaven by doing the will of God. He wrote his law in the stars, and in the sun, and in the moon, and in everything else that you can observe, a seed fallen into the ground. You don't believe he has the power to raise you from the dead? He's already done it once. You started as a single-celled organism in your father's loins. You died in your mother's womb. And God knit you a new body, didn't he? A better one. Is it not so? No, I do not believe in reincarnation. It is appointed once for man to die and then the judgment. I believe there's a level after this, hence the judgment. Judgment must first begin at the house of God. If you are a Christian, that means this right here. Baptism by fire, trials and tribulations to purify your soul. Your body's going to turn back into dust. That's what it's made of. What are you going to turn into after this? What kind of body awaits you after this one? When everything says that this is the case. Though he were a son, yet he learned obedience by those things which he suffered. And being made perfect, he became the author of salvation unto all who will obey him. God's law has not changed upon the face of the earth. It has progressed from age to age. Adam and Eve, well, they had to till the soil for their bread. It's going to produce thorns and weeds and all kind of trouble. And pushing a baby out's going to hurt now. And there's going to be strife between the husband and the wife in marriage. And you got to stick it out anyway. Them's the rules. In the first age, that ended in a flood. And when Noah got off the boat, more rules. There's certain animals you shouldn't eat. Certain way you should conduct yourselves after the earth got flooded. And of course, that age ended in the Exodus. More rules. Moses. What's up with all these rules? Oh, they're a schoolmaster. Teach you about something specific. Your need for a savior. You know, I dabbled in Hinduism once. Till I realized there ain't a single human soul has a snowball's chance in hell under these rules. You know, I'm still yet to meet a good person. I find that there are none who are good. No, not one. Except for God himself. And that's why he manifested in the flesh and delivered us a new covenant. One that if you perform it, fulfills all the other previous covenants, which if you will recognize, we are still all under in the flesh. Our flesh is still under these are the rules here. And of course, that is what water baptism is all about in the new covenant, dying with Christ and rising with him, a new creation, your conscience cleared towards God. No longer flesh and blood, ye are dead. Your lives are hid in God with Christ, your baby spirit's waiting to be born now. Doth not yet appear what we shall be. Too many people don't know the gospel because they don't even read the Bible. But didn't I just say it's preached in a universal language every day and year and all that? Yeah. Who's listening? I like to think some people in some places sometimes. You're going to have to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling and endure that baptism by fire till the day you die. I recommend any man trying to follow the will of God in any place at any time is going to have a hard go of it. He's going to have to decide to just keep going. Now, I've said every bit of this before, and furthermore, it's been written down for 2,000 years now. Got people out here worried about the letter J because they don't know how languages evolve or what phonetics even are. Muscles in your mouth and throat and stuff. Who, though, is concerned about doing the will of God? Who, then, is concerned about laying down their life for their friends? Who is willing to prefer the benefit of others rather than their own benefit? Who is willing to be the saving grace? And God gives grace for grace and mercy for mercy. And if you do not forgive your brother his trespasses against you, neither will God forgive you yours against him. Grace for grace and mercy for mercy. It's as easy as this. If you have 2 coats and your brother has none, give your brother a coat. You see somebody hungry or thirsty, give them some food and some water. Oh, they're your enemy? Give them some food and some water. You ain't got to learn to read the stars or the sun or the signs. If you can read the gospel of Jesus Christ, he told you all that and what it means and what to do about it. And his apostles explained every bit of what it means and what to do about it. And their epistles. The Revelation tells you what's going to happen every 70 years or so in the sight of men upon the earth, even as it tells you of the future history of the world itself, overall on the big picture. The big picture is made up of a bunch of little pictures. It's all the same picture, though. History repeating on scales small and large in every place all the time, like ripples in a pond overlapping and interacting. Time certainly is relative in more ways than you can imagine. Just do what Jesus said, and you'll be all right. You'll be just fine. Oh, you're struggling to do that? Keep struggling. That's how you get stronger. Don't stop if it gets hard. And if you stumble, you better get back up again. Keep going. You are not running from condemnation. You are running towards reward. If you belong to Jesus Christ, and I mean do what he says, you've already escaped the condemnation. Run then with full vigor towards reward. One so great you cannot even imagine it, can't picture it in your mind. It's not possible. I say the stars are immortal celestial beings up there in the second heaven. And you say, well, they don't appear to be doing anything. And I say, imagine if you were made of pure bliss itself and you didn't have to eat because your metabolism was just inherent. And all you have to do is shine.